Today we're doing McCalls 3153 and we're going to be doing some white short crop pants. So you want to get your pattern and you're going to cut it out. This is going to be one of those really easy patterns. There's only 4 pieces that we're going to be working with. You're going to have the front of your pants, the back of your pants, and you're going to have your waistline. So you want to cut 2 of each of the front and 2 of each of the back. You're also going to do 1 of the front back facing and 2 of the side facings. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with our darts. So you want to go ahead and get all your darts pinned, and I like to iron mine. So now that your dart is complete in your pants and all of them, you want to grab your 2 front pieces and we're going to put a basting stitch so we can add our zipper. So you're going to baste it from the top to the notch. Then you're going to take it to your iron and press it open. Once you press it open, we're going to grab your zipper. You should have a 7-inch zipper that we're going to be using. I usually get a longer one so I don't have to worry about the zipper pulling away. And you're going to put the zipper face down on your pants. First thing you want to do is make sure your zipper is in the middle of your seam, and you want to grab some pins and you're going to pin it in place. What we're going to do is we're going to baste the zipper on here, and then we're going to come back and put the final stitching inside of the pants. So go ahead and pin that in place and go ahead and baste that zipper down on your pants. And then once you've done that, make sure it's in the right position, everything is good, you can go ahead and put your final stitches on your zipper. So start from the top and go down on both sides, and then you want to go across the bottom. Now that you have your zipper in place, you want to go ahead and take that first basting stitch out. So you want to grab a seam ripper like I have here, and we're just going to open up the zipper so that you can see. Once you have that open and in place, then we're going to go ahead and start on to the next thing. You want to make sure that you grab both of your pants legs, because now we're going to move on to actually putting our pants together. So you want to grab the front of your pants, which we have here, and we're going to face them facing each other. So you're going to have right sides facing. You want to grab the back sides of your pants, and we're going to lay them on top of each other. Once you do that, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sew our side seams down. And if you don't know your size, or you are you doing this for someone else, you want to make sure you use a basting stitch. That way, while you're basting, you can go ahead and try on your garments and make sure they fit you like you want them to, or you can have your client try them on and make sure they fit the way they want to fit. Once you've done the side seams, then we're going to go and do the inner seams. But the first thing you want to do is grab some pins, and we're going to pin it starting at that notch. And then we're going to pin it all the way down. And again, we're going to go to our sewing machine, and you're going to sew the side seams first, and then you're going to sew the inner seam of your pants. When you've sewn them both together, when you come back from your machine, your pants should be sized to your liking and be ready for final stitching. Your pants are going to look like this, and what you're going to do is you're going to take one pant leg and put it inside the other, and we're going to sew from the back of the pants all the way to the zipper. That way you're going to close that up. You can also use a serger, which I'm going to do, and clean up your stitching. If you don't have a serger, don't worry, you can do a zigzag stitch on the end. This is what your pants should be looking like now that you've come back from the sewing machine. So now you look like you have some pants which are fully constructed. And I did use my serger to clean up my edges on my pants. So the next thing we're going to do is the waistband. So you want to grab those 3 waistband pieces that we had. So you should have 1 back facing and 2 side facings. You want to make sure that you have your inner face on your pieces ironed on, and you're going to put them together like this. So you want to go ahead and put them right sides facing. We're going to pin them down, and we're going to go over to our sewing machine, and we're going to sew from the top to the bottom on both sides. You're going to press it open. I've already finished my edge, as you can see, with my serger, and I've pressed it open. Now we're going to add this to our pants. I like to start at the side seams. So you want to get you some pins, and you're going to pin it down at the side seams. Then I'm going to go to the other side seam, and I'm going to pin it over there as well. Once I pin it there, you're going to see I'm going to give my pants a good little stretch just to make sure that everything is in place, and then you can continue to pin at your notches. As you can see, I have 2 notches in the back. I'm going to go ahead and pin those down, and then I'll move on to the front. And we're just going to sew directly straight across our waistband from one side to the other. And you can see you're going to match up your notches, make sure your notches are matching, and go ahead and pin it down. You're going to have a little hang over your zipper, and that's fine, because you're going to flip this over to the inside. So you want to have a little hang, that way everything is nice and smooth. But you'll see what I mean in a second. So now that we have this pinned in place, like I said, match your notches up. We're going to go on over to our sewing machine, and we're going to sew right across the top. Once you've sewn across the top, you want to give it a good press, and you want to make sure that all of your facing and all of your seam allowances is facing up. So now that we have our waistband attached to our pants, as you can see, we're going to fold this under. Now we're going to be giving this a really good press. As you can see, that edge is hanging over a little bit, and that's fine, because what we're going to do is we're going to just tuck this inside just like that, like a present. And I'm going to grab me a pin, and we're going to pin it down.
Exactly.
Now you have a nice, clean, finished edge right there near your zipper for your pants. So go ahead and tuck that in. And you can see the zipper is up. It's nice and smooth. It's even. And you're going to go ahead and do the same thing. Like I said, give it a really good press so that that facing can hang down. Some people like to go over and do an edge stitching on their pants. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just give the pants some tacks. So again, you can edge stitch your top of your waistband if you like after I've given it a good press. Like again, some people take it and they go across the top of the edge. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to tack mine down inside in place. And I'm also going to hem the bottom of the pants. Now, again, you can fold your pants under like this. And once you fold them under, you can just go straight across with your sewing machine and give it a good sew. Or you can do a double hem, which you're going to see me do. You can see now the top is done. I've only told you I'm tacking it down. I'm not doing an edge stitch across the top. I've tacked it at all the side seams and all of the corners. So I'm just showing you my tacks there that I put on place. And that way the facing won't move. It won't be going up and moving out of the way. So we're going to go ahead and go to the bottom of the pants so we can get these hemmed, because you're almost done. So if you have a serger, you can go ahead and serge the end, or you can do the double fold over like I'm doing here. So I folded it over about 1/4 inch, and then I folded it again. We're going to go to the sewing machine, and you're going to sew close to the top of the hem. And you're all done. Your pants are ready to be worn. As you can see, I have mine on. I can't wait to wear these out with some heels and dress it up. I'll make sure I put some pictures. I hope this tutorial was helpful and you enjoyed this. I'll see you all soon.